So I think I found the answer to life and to our problem. So basically, I believe life would have been saved if Adam would have just asked Eve, would have just asked for intimacy with Eve instead of taking the fruit. You know, made love to her and had become one with her. Basically, I feel like life would have been saved if he would have learned that lesson, because they were so focused on becoming better, not symbolizing becoming better meant eating the same thing they are. I mean, men would be eating men and women be eating women, you know, because they're so focused on becoming better instead of making life easier for each other. I think life would have been saved if they would have learned that lesson right away. Instead of trying to become better, they should be focused on making life easier while becoming better when done making life easier, you know? So I feel like that was the answer and the lesson God was trying to teach us, because that would explain why this world is so homoerotic. Because in a way, even the straight people are gay, because when you become one with somebody, you become a part of them. And men are not having exclusive women no more. They're not having personal women. They're not having a single partner. They're going after men's women, and women are going after women's men, not knowing that when they become one with those partners that already have partner, they're having intimacy indirectly with their other partner, which is most likely of the same sex. And if they're actually homo, they're already having a relationship with the same sex. So this is why this world is very homoerotic and very sensitive, very inverted. Basically, it's very homoerotic and inverted. I feel like if Adam, because Adam represents all of us, so that meant all of us were so focused on becoming better. Now, no, if focusing on becoming better meant focus on eating the same thing, because iron sharpens iron. I mean, man would be focused on men, and women be focused on women, and that just inverted our whole relationship and ruined and gave us fried our minds, basically made us demonic. Basically, I feel like we're too focused on becoming better that we're becoming abominations. Basically, we became abominations, basically. And I'm not saying this simply to the people that's outright gay. I mean, even the straight people that's playing around with multiple women, playing around with women that got multiple partners. Y'all are sharing relationships with men indirectly, not knowing that, when you should be focused on something that's completely yours and only yours, for it's pure, not tainted, and completely straight. I think we need complete straightness, not this corrupt straightness, this tainted, this indirect homoerotic straightness, you know? And I feel like life would have been saved if Adam would have just asked Eve to become one, basically, before getting cursed, you know? I feel like if he would focus on making life easier and making life, we would have been saved. But no, he was focused on his hunger, not knowing he was going to be eating men and women was going to be eating women. He ruined everything that way. So that's explaining why the world is so corrupt. But I feel like that's the answer to life. I think we should focus on making life easier and have complete straightness and focus on making life easier, like I said, instead of trying to constantly become better, because we have to eat the same thing as us to become better. I think becoming better should be secondary to everything about making life easier, because man was made for man and women was made for women, so we was made to make life easier for each other, you know? I'm not saying children should be focusing on, well, children can focus on making life easier, but not for their partner, but for their parents, especially the son for their mother and the daughter for their father, because those are the opposite. Those are their representation of their future partners, basically. You know how they treat their fathers and their mothers of the opposite sex, while they can be secondary to the person of their same sex, which the dad of their son could be secondary to the mom, and the mother of the daughter can be secondary to the dad. I think that's how it should be. And yeah, that's probably the answer to life. It's just straightness, being straight, being pure, being holy, being direct, being linear, you know, being thin, being aligned, you know, aligned with God, you know, being aligned and aligned with straightness, you know. Yeah, I think that's the answer to life. I'm trying to make sure I didn't leave anything out. I think I said the answer to life is straightness, making life easier. No, we shouldn't be focused on hunger. We shouldn't be focused on eating the same thing. We should be focused on becoming. What's the word for boobs? We should be focused on boobs.